Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for being here this evening, whether you're here in person or whether you're here online. Welcome. I hope you had a great week. Let's go ahead and begin Shabbat together. We will turn to page 5 in the Siddur, and I invite everyone to join me as we begin by singing Shalom Aleichem, bottom of page 5. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei HaMalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei HaMalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitchem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei HaMalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This Shabbat is not only the Shabbat of Veterans Day, it is also the Shabbat that coincides with the remembrance of Kristallnacht, the night of broken glass, which was one of the pogroms, so to say, and attacks against the Jewish people during World War II in Nazi Germany and throughout Europe. And so some of the melodies we will do this evening will be of German Jewish origin in order to commemorate Kristallnacht this evening. So we will turn now to page 11 and we'll continue with Lechu Neranena, Psalm 95. Please join me. Lechu neranena l'Adonai, nari'a letzuri yeshenu nekadama, fanav betoda, bizmirot nari'a lo. Ki el gadol Adonai, umelech gadol al kol Elohim asher be'ado mechere haaretz v'to'afot harim lo. The heavens shall be glad and the earth rejoice, the sea in its fullness roar. The meadows and all that grows in them exult, even the trees of the forest shall sing praise, as Adonai comes to judge the earth, judging lands with righteousness and people with divine truth. We'll turn to the middle of page 14, and we'll continue with Yismechu Hashamayim. Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam umlo. Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam umlo. Exalt Adonai our God, bow down before God the Holy One, at God's holy mountain, for Adonai our God is holy. Bottom of the Hebrew section on page 20, please join me as we sing together Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kocho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kocho. Ki Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehar kodesho. And we will now turn the page to page 21. We'll continue with Mizmor LeDavid, Psalm 29. Please rise and join me if you can. Page 21. Mizmor LeDavid, Havol Adonai b'nei Elim, Havol Adonai kavod va'oz, Havol Adonai kevod shemo, Ishtachavol Adonai behadrat kodesh, Kol Adonai al hamayim, El hakavod hirim, Adonai al ma'im rabim, Mailai, Kol Adonai ba'koach, Kol Adonai behadar, Kol Adonai shover arazim, Vaishaber Adonai et arzei halvanon, Vayarkidem Kemo egel Levanon vesirion, Kemo venre'emim mailai, Kol Adonai chotzev lavotesh, Kol Adonai yachil midmar, Yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, Kol Adonai echol el hayalot, Vayechesof Ye'arot Uvehechalo Kulo Omer Kavod Ailai Adonai Lamabul Yashav Yeshev Adonai Melech Leolam Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitein Adonai Yevarech et Amo Vashalom. Lai, 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 lai. You may be seated. A few moments ago when we sang Psalm 95, L'chonei Ranana, that melody was written by a 19th century German Jewish composer, Louis Lewandowski, who some of his tunes is used still today and is very popular. We are going to do his version of Lecha Dodi, which you might recognize, and if you don't, still try to sing along anyway. It is quite a catchy tune. We will begin on page 23, do the first two stanzas, the middle stanza on 24, and then the final stanza on 25. When we get to that last stanza, we will all rise and face the entrance of the room. Pages 23 through 25. Lecha Dodi likerat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likerat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor vezachor bedibor echad, Ishmi'anu el hameyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem u'l'tiferet v'lithilah. Lecha Dodi likerat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Likerat Shabbat lechu v'nelecha, Ki mekor ha-beracha. Merosh mikedem nesucha, Sof ma'aseh b'machashava techila. Lecha Dodi likerat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Middle of 24. Hitoreri, hitoreri, ki va'orechu miori. Uri, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai, alaich nigla, lecha dodi, likerat kala, Pene Shabbat Nekabela. Page 25, please rise, face the entrance. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha uvetzolam toch emunei am segula boi chala Boi chala lecha dodi likerat kala pene Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likerat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. You may be seated. Now that we have sung Lecha Dodi, we've officially welcomed Shabbat. We will now sing together the Psalm for Shabbat, Psalm 92, on the top of page 27. Please join me. Mizmor, mizmor, shir, shir leyom ha-Shabbat. 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 Tov lehodot, lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Mizmor, mizmor, shir, shir leyom ha-Shabbat. Mizmor, mizmor, shir, shir leyom ha-Shabbat. The righteous flourish like the date palm, thrive like a cedar in Lebanon. Planted in the house of Adonai, they flourish in our God's courtyards. Page 28 in the middle, please join me, Tzadi Katamar. Tzadi Katamar yiferach kerez balvanon iske shetulim Beveit Adonai, bechatzrot Eloheinu, yafrichu. Od yenuvun beseva, deshenim verananim yiyu lehagid ki yashar Adonai suri tsuri velo avalatabo. And we'll continue now with Psalm 93 on the top of page 29. And again, this tune and this setting is by the same composer, Louis Lewandowski, once again to commemorate Kristallnacht, page 29. Adonai malach geut lavesh, lavesh Adonai oz hitazar, aftikon tevel baltimot, nachon kisacha meaz meolamata. Naseu neorot Adonai, Naseu neharot kolam, Yiseu neharot dochiam, Mikolot maim rabim, Adirim ishpereyam, Adir bamarom Adonai. Eidotecha nehemenu meod, Leveitecha nava kodesh. Eidotecha מצוותיך נאמנו מאוד, לביתך נאווה קודש, אדוני לאורך yamim. As we continue to watch the news and watch world events unfold, we of course are constantly thinking about and praying for the Jewish people and the state of Israel, and hoping that the conflict there will soon end and soon be resolved. And so I want to invite everyone to turn to page 178 and to please rise as we recite the prayer for the state of Israel. We will sing Avinu Shebashamayim, that's on the top of 178 in the Hebrew, and then we'll recite the prayer that's in the left-hand margin on the English side after that. Please join me. Avinu, Avinu, Shebashamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'go'alo. Avinu, Avinu, Shebashamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'go'alo. Barech, Barech, et Medinat Yisrael, Reshit Smichat Geulateinu, Hagen Aleha Bevrat Chastecha, Uferos Aleha Sukat Shelomecha. Avinu, Avinu, Shebashamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'go'alo. Avinu, Avinu, Shebashamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'go'alo. Ribono shel olam, kabel na berachamim uvratzon et tefilotenu be'ad medinat Yisrael. Sovereign of the universe, accept in loving kindness and with favor our prayers for the state of Israel, her government, and all who dwell within her boundaries and under her authority. Open our eyes and our hearts to the wonder of Israel, and strengthen our faith in your power to work redemption in every human soul. Grant us also the fortitude to keep ever before us those ideals upon which the state of Israel was founded. Grant courage, wisdom, and strength to those entrusted with guiding Israel's destiny to do your will. Be with those on whose shoulders Israel's safety depends, and defend them from all harm. Spread over Israel and all the world your shelter of peace, and may the vision of your prophet soon be fulfilled. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Lo yisa goy el goy cheref, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisa goy el goy cheref, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisa goy el goy cheref, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisa goy el goy cheref, lo yilmedu od milchama. Venomar, Amen. And with that, we'll continue with our Mariv service. I invite everyone to please remain standing, and we turn back to page 39a. We'll continue with the Baruch. Page 39a. Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam vaed. You may be seated. We'll continue now with the first blessing of the Mariv service on page 39a on the English side. Please join me. Baruch atah Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai Tsevaot is your name. Living and ever-present God, may your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch atah Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk. Umavir yom umevi laila umavdil ben yom uven laila Adonai Tsevaot shemo el chai v'kayam tamid melochalenu leolam vaed Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim. We'll continue with Ahavat Olam. Please join me on page 40. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Avta Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shokveinu u'v'kumeinu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu ve'orech yameinu uvahem nege yomam v'layla yomam v'layla ve'avatecha tasir mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Page 41. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, bechol levavecha, uvechol nafshecha, uvechol meodecha, ve'hayu hadevarim ha'ele, Asher Anochi Mitzavacha Hayom Al Levavecha Veshinantam Levanecha Vedibarta Bam Beshivtecha Beveitecha Uvelechtecha Vaderech Uveshochbecha Uvkumecha Ukshartam Leot Al Yadecha Vehayu Letotafot Beinenecha Uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. We'll continue privately with the second and third paragraphs of the Shema, page 42. Leman tizkeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai vitem kedoshim Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem lelohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem emet. Top of page 43a. Emet ve'emuna kol zot ve'kayam aleinu ki hu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ein zulato va'anachnu Yisrael Amo. God brought Israel from its midst to lasting freedom and led them through the divided water of the Sea of Reeds. As their pursuers and enemies drowned in the depths, God's children beheld the power of the divine. They praised and acknowledged God's name willingly, accepting God's sovereignty. And then Moses, Miriam, and the people of Israel joyfully sang unto you. Top of page 44, please join me as we sing together, Mi Chamocha. Mi Chamocha Ba'elim Adonai, Mi Kamocha Nedar Ba'kodesh, Nora Tehilot, Osefele, Malchutecha Ra'u Vanecha, Bokeh Lifnei Moshe, Ze'eli Anu Ve'ameru, Adonai Imloch, Leolam Va'ed, Ve'ne'emar Kifad Adonai et Yaakov, Uge'alo Miad, Chazak Mimenu, Baruch Ata Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. We'll continue now with the Hashkivenu prayer, the nighttime prayer for peace. We'll be singing the beginning of it on the top of page 45 in Hebrew, and then recite the rest of it in English on the English side. Please join me. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom V'hamidenu Malkeinu Lechaim Uferos Aleinu Sukat Shelomecha V'takenenu Beitza Tova Milefanecha V'hoshienu Le'ma'an Shemecha. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. For you, God, watch over and deliver us, and you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace, now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch Ata Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people of Israel, and over Jerusalem. Uferos aleinu sukat shelomecha, Baruch Ata Adonai, Hapores sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. We'll continue now with Vishamru and Chatzi Kaddish on page 46. Please rise. Veshameru Bnei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam, beini uvein Bnei Yisrael lo le'olam, ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et haaretz, Uvayom ha-Shvi shavat vayi nafash, Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Be'almadi v'rakirutei ve'amlich malchutei, B'chayei-chon u'v'yomei-chon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, Uvizman kari v'veimeru, Amen. Yehi shemei Rabbah mevarach, le'alam u'le'almei almaya, Yitbarach ויתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמא ואמרו Amen. We'll now continue with the silent private Amidah that begins on page 47 and concludes on page 52. Ose shalom, shalom b'meromav, hu yaseh shalom, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, Ve'imeru Amen. Ose shalom, shalom b'meromav, hu yaseh shalom. May the one who creates peace on high bring peace to us and to all Israel and to all who dwell on earth. And let us say, Amen. We will now switch moods for a moment, and we are going to pray for those who are ill and who are in need of healing. If you have a name you would like to add this evening, please go ahead and rise in your place. And after I read through the list of those in our community, we'll be able to go around the room and add the name at that time. And if there's anybody on Zoom who wants to add a name, please go ahead and unmute, and we'll be able to add the name then as well. Please join me as we sing together the Debbie Friedman Misha Berach. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Chava Sarah bat Basha, Esther Nashama bat Sarah, Yehudit bat Kalman, Rachel Bat Esther, Chaim Ben Pesach, Harvey Ruskin, Diane Chodorow, Alan Chodorow, Rachel Langer, Yaakov Ben Shlomo, Jack Azuz, Gloria Yoder, Batya Podos, David Ben Razel, Mirit Bat Miriam, Aharon Ben Chaya Golda, Tal Ben Sarah, Shoshana Bat Yochevet, Ilya Yisrael Richter Ben Rachel, Chaviva Eliana Bat Sarah, Al Montano, Sandra Kite, Healy Solomon, Kathy Brown, Celia Hahn, Arnie Tenenbaum, Brandon Simpson, Andrea Kotke, Jennifer Brown Lerner, Eva Curis, Ken Gasser, Randy Mead, Bloom Beloved, Lula Hernandez, Harvey Kulchin, Marilyn Lafer, Gary Raish, Fegahana Batsima. Anybody on Zoom who would like to add a name this evening?
Martin Macauer, Burns X.
Mi shebeirach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. May they all find the healing that they so need and that they so deserve. We'll continue now with the full Kaddish, page 54 in the middle. Yitgadal v'yitkadash me'rabah, be'almadi v'rach kirutei ve'amlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chay rechol beit Yisrael b'galav izman karim ve'imeru. Amen. Yehi shemei rabah mevarach le'alam le'al me'almaya yitbarach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitumam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei d'kudesh barichu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran be'alma v'yimeru. Amen. Titkabal tzalotahon v'atahon d'chol Yisrael kodama v'hon v'yishmaya v'yimeru. Amen. Yehi shlam arava min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru. Amen. We will continue now with the Kiddush for Friday night, for Erev Shabbat. If anybody would like to partake of having any grape juice during Kiddush, we do have some cups and grape juice here at the front. We will turn to page 55. I invite everyone to please rise. And the normal melody that we do for Kiddush for Friday night was in fact written by the German Jewish composer Lewandowski. So it is about 200 years old. Okay. Once again, if anybody would like some grape juice, please go ahead and come forward to the bima, and we will continue on page 55. Savarim ananan verabaran verabotai, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon, hinchi lanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, Kivanu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון, הנחלתנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת. לחיים. And we will continue now with Aleinu, page 56. Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כאויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שמח אלוקינו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס עולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת, אין עוד. על כן נקבל לך אדוני אלוהינו. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו echad. At this time, we will take a moment to remember those in our community and among our loved ones and our friends of those who are no longer with us. This Shabbat, we remember Benjamin Marchik, Doris Shallett, Jenny Friedman, Sam Pollock, Seema Rothman, Jenny Spiegelman, David Spector, Larry Ossoff, and Riva Salzberg. And if there is anyone else that you are remembering at this time, please take a moment to remember them in your mind and in your heart. And of course, we are also remembering all of the innocent lives that were lost and continue to be lost in the conflict in Israel. We'll continue with Mourner's Kaddish, page 58. May their memories be for goodness and for a blessing. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divara kirutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach le'alam olalme almaya. Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh, ve'yithadar ve'yithaleh ve'yithalal, shemei dekudesha barichu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. In a few moments, we will conclude our service this evening with Adon Olam, but before then, a couple of announcements.
Shabbos, everyone. Welcome. See a few unfamiliar faces. Welcome. We hope to see you more in our beautiful sanctuary. So there is a few things that need to be mentioned. Sunday, November 12th, day after tomorrow, Veterans Day brunch from 10:30 to noon with our own Julia Damero, who is a veteran of the Armed Forces, as our guest speaker. Friday, November 17th, that's a week from today, the Sephardic-themed musical Shabbat dinner. And it's going to be lovely, it's going to be really great, and it's going to be beyond the borekas that my Turkish neighbor used to serve. It's going to be quite a feast, and we're really looking forward to it. And this is a no-cost event, so please make your reservations, and please try to come. That's next Friday, November 17th. Sunday, November 19th, Better Together from 10:30 to noon is one part of Sunday. The second part of Sunday is our own Sarah Eagleman speaking on, this is quite a mouthful, but it's going to be very enjoyable, so don't get intimidated by the title, which is Cultural Borderlands at the Margins of Jewish Identity. Sounds pretty fancy, huh? But it's going to be great. She's a wonderful speaker. So we will see you tomorrow morning at 9:30 for Shabbos morning service. Good Shabbos.
Okay, thank you, Yashikoa Harvey. We will conclude now with Adon Olam on page 211, and this melody, again in commemoration of Kristallnacht, was written by a different composer of German-Austrian origin by the name of Solomon Sulzer. You might recognize it. Either way, please join and please sing along. Page 211. Adon Olam asher malach beterem kol yitzir nivera le'et na'asa v'chefso kol azai melech shemo nikra ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה והוא אחד ואין שני להמשיל לו להכבירה בלי ראשית בלי תכלית ולא העוז והמשרה והוא אלי וחי גואלי וצור חבלי בעת צרה והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום מקרא בידו אבקיד רוחי בעת אישן ואירה ואם רוחי גוויעתי אדוני לי ולא ira. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you for joining us. See you tomorrow for Shabbat morning services, 9:30. Have a great weekend. Have a great Shabbat. Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Good Shabbos.